In today's video, I'm going to share with you my Instagram strategy that's going to increase value on your Instagram page. Coming up. This video is brought to you by our new video gear for mobile users list. Our most recommended list equipment to bring your video quality of your phone from a beginner to a pro without emptying out your wallet. Make sure to check out the links in the description of this video below. Hey everyone, my name is James Martin from Matchcut Media and Promotion. We're here to transform your business to provide better value to your customers offline and online using videos. We firmly believe that when you increase the value of your business and your presence online, it's going to be better for increasing relationships, increasing your trust with your customers, and increase your sales. Today, it's super exciting because we're going to talk about one of my personal favorite social media platforms, which is Instagram. But I'm not going to go into all the technical parts about Instagram, but instead, I want to share with you a strategy that I've been doing with several of my own Instagram pages that I know is going to work for you. So we're going to get started with my 6 pro tips. Number 1, post daily. This is going to seem like a very large task, but believe it or not, one of the secret things to growing your Instagram page and your awareness is posting daily. I'm going to get to the technical and I'm going to get to more of the emotional side with your customers. So technically, the way the algorithm works for Instagram is that the more you post, the more it's going to push it out there and get it to the right people that are looking for that type of content. It's made so that when you're especially posting on a daily basis, it's more likely to push you out. That's not to say that you can't post more. Sometimes you may have an off day where you end up not posting, but it does reward you very well for posting at least once a day. Depending on your audience, you may want to post more, especially if you're in like health and fitness and whatnot. At least up to maybe even 4 times a day is recommended. I usually like to stay with 1 post a day. Keep it simple. And when you post on a daily basis, that does seem like a lot of work, but now think of it from your customer's point of view. They get to see you, they get to relive that relationship with you on a daily basis. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, what kind of content should I be posting? We're going to get to that in 1 second. Before I do, I want you to keep in mind that it does seem like a very large task posting on a daily basis. That's why I'm a huge advocate for a strategy known as batching and scheduling. Batching means you're going to create a ton of posts ahead of time. So you're going to create all this different content. You're going to plan ahead. And my strategy, what I usually like to do is I like to think about the next 9 posts I'm going to make. I literally write out a list of the 9 different things I'm going to post. I put all of them on my phone and I save it. And I create that list so I know that on this day I'm going to post this thing. On the next day I'm going to post the next thing. And the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And then I don't have to worry about creating another list of 9 items for about a week and a half. Right? Every 9 days I come up with 9 more posts. It's just easier when you just wake up first thing in the morning and you immediately post something, knowing exactly what you're going to post and what's going to be about. It just makes life so much easier. So make sure you're posting daily, but what kind of content should you be posting on a daily basis? That's tip number 2. The idea is you need to post value. And as I always say, value equals education plus entertainment. The idea is you're either going to educate people, you're going to either entertain people, or if you can do both, you're a winner. The idea with education, this is a very, very simple and primary thing that you can be doing no matter what business you're in, is educate people. Educate your customers, educate your followers. What information do they need to know? What little tips and advice can really improve their lives? What service or product do you give to your customers that by giving them the extra value, the extra advice and the tips can also further benefit the product and service that you're offering? You're entertaining by it's not just a matter of just having fun and being goofy and whatnot. If you've got a great personality, awesome. But the idea behind entertaining is you're showing off your personality. You're showing off your brand. You are your brand. Be energetic. Be passionate. Be enthusiastic about what it is that you do. You can laugh. You can joke around. You can do whatever you want. The idea is that by showing your passion, you're keeping the engagement going. That's entertaining people. That's adding value. So make sure you keep in mind about the value that you're giving to your customers every day. The third tip to keep in mind is properly using hashtags. There's a lot of different debates about, how do you want to use the hashtags? I've done many different experiments. What should you be doing with your hashtags? Previously, something that I tried experimenting with is I would write my post and I would cleverly try and squeeze in the hashtags that I want in it. So I go after entrepreneurs a lot. So I'll write a post and I'll write it specifically so that in there I have the word entrepreneurs, or I have business owners or small business owners. And then instead of making that just a word in the post, I turn that into a hashtag. That worked for a while, but something that I found has really worked for me is write your post as you normally would, but then come up with a few different hashtags that are relevant to you. The key thing here is that you find hashtags that are going to let people find you. A lot of people use the different hashtags that may seem popular, but it's not really guiding your customers to you. What are your customers looking for? Because believe it or not, some people are going on Instagram to look for things. They're looking for posts. They're looking for answers. What hashtags are going to lead them to you? Okay, for me, I'm using business owners, small business owners, startup, entrepreneurs, marketing, personal brands, all sorts of different things. These are hashtags that I use to guide people to me. What you're going to do is you're going to come up with your different hashtags you're going to use, write your post, and then in the comments, you're going to comment your hashtags. It's going to do the exact same thing, where it's going to allow people to find you. And you can even encourage your customers to leave a comment and use a hashtag. Use that to your own discretion. But the idea is that you make your post and then you comment on your own post the different hashtags. This is going to do two things. One, it's going to keep your post organized so people can read the post and not have to deal with a whack load of different hashtags. Sometimes that can look kind of messy. The thing about Instagram is it can allow people to read the post without having to look at the comments, which is super helpful. The second thing is you need comments in order to push your post out a little bit more. If you can make the first initial action by commenting on your own post, you already have one comment that's going to make your post more likely to be pushed out. And that's another extra tip. You need to encourage your customers to comment on your post. Don't just leave it there and then go away. Make sure you find a way to get your customers to engage with you. Ask a question. Ask people to leave their 2 cents down below. The idea is that when you have comments on your post, it's going to allow your post to be pushed out to more potential people. Tip number 4, a consistent brand. The mistake that so many different people make is they grab a whole whack load of different things from all over the place, different pictures, different videos, whatever, things from Google and whatnot. And when you go to their Instagram page, it's all mixed up. It's all over the place. What are you about? The idea is that your page needs to have one consistent message, one consistent brand. Your brand is who you are. It also comes across in your text. It comes across in your colors. It comes across in the type of content that you post. And that doesn't mean that you can't post different content, but make sure it's under the same brand. It's under the same message. If you're feeling so strongly about conveying a different type of message, this is where you're going to want to do a different Instagram account, and you can have multiple for your business. That's fine, but make sure that whatever your Instagram account is, that there's a consistent message and a consistent brand. If you go to Match Cut Media and Promotion on Instagram, you're going to find that we use the same color palette. You're going to see that we use the same text and the same sort of wording and whatnot. And what we do on our Instagram is exactly the same. We are posting how to add value to your business, how you can add value to your business and increase the engagement from your audience. So make sure you use a consistent brand. Tip number 5, I mentioned to you earlier about you need to get your customers to comment on your post. Now do the same for them. You're going to find other people's posts and you're going to leave a comment on their posts. Whoever you're following, and I hope you're following different people, that you're going to engage with them. You need to start the initial action. A lot of people make the mistake of hoping that everyone's going to make the initial action with them. You can't just expect that. You need to start the initial action because some people are not going to care about you as much enough to want to comment on your post. You need to start the relationship. Okay? You're also increasing the value of that relationship when you engage with other people on their posts. You're standing out. You are being seen in their eyes constantly on a daily basis, right? You need to engage with other people. An extra tip, this is the $2.80 rule by Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'm going to post some tips and whatnot down below to further explain that. The idea is that you're going to go on Instagram, search up hashtags related to you, you're going to find other people's posts and engage with them and leave your 2 cents worth. Also, when people are commenting on your posts, I hope that you are replying to those comments. Heart them and leave a reply. Always, always, always add value, right? Connections can also be a value. So make sure you are commenting. Don't just make a post and leave. Make sure you're working your Instagram. Spend a few extra minutes, because I promise you that few extra minutes can make or break the difference between someone who goes away and goes and buys from someone else versus that customer that becomes your potential client. Tip number 6 is make sure you are replying to comments. Okay? Again, the idea is that you're engaging with your audience, you're engaging with your followers. Don't just become like this blank wall where people have to interact with you and you don't interact back. It's a relationship. It's got to go both ways. Either you start or they start. But if they start, you got to go back to them and continue that dialogue. Even if people DM you, some of you are not going into your direct messages, your inbox on Instagram. Keep that open and make sure you're replying to Instagram messages. Those could be inquiries. Those could be questions. Those could be people wanting to sponsor you or invest in you. Doesn't matter. Some people do message up there. So make sure you leave that open so you can continue that relationship with potential customers. And that's it. That was my Instagram strategy for you. I hope that really helps. Please, I love to hear your thoughts. Question of the day: what is a tip that you use to grow your Instagram? Leave it in the comments down below. Plus, please also share your Instagram page, your account, or the link to it down in the comments so that we can all follow each other and support each other in our endeavors. Okay? If you got any value out of this, please like this video so we can push this out to more potential people to help them with their business. Subscribe down below so that you can watch the rest of our videos and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss a single upload. Our goal is to impact as many businesses as possible and to increase the value in them. Okay? So till next time, keep up the great work, keep being awesome, and I'll see you next time. Take care.